Hey guys, today I'm going to be talking about the things that I think will happen in Avengers Endgame. None of these predictions are going to be based on trailers or leaks. It's just going to be based on everything that's happened in previous movies and then the fact that it is the closing chapter of this sort of Infinity Saga. Alright, so the first thing that I'm predicting for Avengers Endgame is that the ninth realm will appear. See, ever since the very first Thor movie in 2011, Thor has been talking about how there are 9 realms. They're all connected via the Tree of Yggdrasil.
Your world is one of the 9 realms of the cosmos, linked to each other by the branches of Yggdrasil, the world's tree.
If you don't remember or don't know, the realms that we've seen so far would be Earth, obviously, Asgard, right? Jotunheim, home of the frost giants we see in the first Thor movie. Vanaheim, home of Thor's Asian friend, which we see in the second Thor movie. Svartalfheim, the Dark World, we also see in Thor the Dark World, amazingly. So that is 5, right? The last 4 would be Muspelheim, which is where Thor is at the beginning of Thor Ragnarok. Niflheim, which is where Hel is, and that's where Hela was banished to, and you see those flashback scenes with the Valkyries and stuff, right, in Thor Ragnarok again. So that's 7. Then the 8th realm is Nidavellir, which you see in Avengers Infinity War. The 9th realm has still not appeared. So I think that to close out the Infinity Saga, they will finally show us the 9th realm so that we've seen all 9 realms. My next prediction is that Harley, the kid from Iron Man 3, will make an appearance in some way, shape, or form. If you don't remember, in Iron Man 3, he flies to somewhere in Tennessee, I think, in order to investigate stuff. And there's this kid who helps him out since his suit is busted and stuff. And at the end of the movie, for Christmas, he gives this kid like a Ferrari and stuff. So I think that kid will return. My next prediction is that at least one character from the Thor movies will appear. So maybe Eric Selvig will make an appearance, maybe Jane Foster will make an appearance, or, other characters that I'm not thinking of. I don't know for sure, but I think at least one of them will. My 4th prediction is that at least one other character will appear who nobody expected and will actually have like a speaking role. When I say a speaking role, I mean like Red Skull in Infinity War, where he shows up and he actually does something instead of it just being like, hey, look, there's Red Skull in the background of some scene somewhere or something. And the reason I think this is going to happen is because the Russo brothers kind of have a history of doing this now. They brought back General Ross from the Incredible Hulk for Civil War a good 8 years later. And they brought back Red Skull from Captain America, the First Avenger, for Infinity War a good 7 years later. So they kind of have been doing this where they bring back characters that we all forgot about but technically still exist, and I think they'll probably do it again with some other character that I haven't thought of. My last 3 predictions are about characters' deaths, okay? And I'm not going to predict how they're going to die, but I'm going to predict who is and isn't going to die a little bit, just a little bit. First thing is, I think Thor is not going to die. I'm thinking about kind of big picture character arcs. You can watch my character arc video for Thor if you want, but basically in my mind Thor's character arc is all about him losing everything. If you lose everything and then you're like, oh well, I guess I'll just die then. Now that wouldn't be that interesting. Him losing everything should end up in him getting everything back or getting something new, not him just dying. So I don't think they're going to kill off Thor, because I don't think that would be fulfilling for his character. My next prediction is that Tony Stark is also not going to die. It just doesn't feel right. I haven't thought out a logical reason why, but it just doesn't feel right that Tony would die. He has too many ties to other things, like Pepper, or the resolution of what Tony Stark has gone through would be he and Pepper go live off the rest of their life in retirement.
Time for me to tap out. Maybe I should take a page out of Barton's book. Build Pepper a farm, hope nobody blows it up.
The simple life.
I don't think the resolution of what Tony's gone through would be found if he just dies and now, Pepper is left alone and that kind of stuff. Then my last prediction is that James Rhodes will die. There's a couple of reasons for this. Brody is the one character other than Pepper that Tony has an emotional connection to. Happy's always been there for him, but like I've never seen Tony and Happy as close. They've spent a lot of time together in a business relationship, so they have you know, they're comfortable around each other, but I never really saw them as emotionally close. Whereas Tony and Rhodey are close. If he loses Rhodey, then Pepper is now his only emotional tie. And so I think that that is one reason it would make sense to kill off James Rhodes. The other reason is that he doesn't really hold his own as a character in any way.
You think I can't hold my own?
He's actually kind of expendable. And his character he's a military guy. So I think dying in battle would be very appropriate for him because he is a military guy, and that's kind of all that his character is. So anyway, those are my, I think, 7 predictions for Avengers Endgame. I'm sure you don't care. So, bye.